Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Kombumerri people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Christy Kijarina. It's Wednesday, December 11. In Squiz Kids Today, celebrations in Syria, robots rock Norway, an undersea adventure, and Guot Guot gets his name back. That's what's making news kid style.
The Lowdown.
And we start the podcast today in the Middle Eastern country of Syria, where people are celebrating, though cautiously, after the ruling regime, which has maintained strict control over the country and its people for more than 50 years, fled over the weekend. They were driven out by a group of rebels opposing the president, Bashar al-Assad, and his government. A regime is a system of leaders and rules that control a country without letting others have a say. It's kind of like if your school principal decided what you could eat for lunch, what games you could play, and who you could be friends with. Pretty strict, right? Back in 2011, many people in Syria started peaceful protests, asking for more freedom and better living conditions. The government responded harshly, leading to a conflict called the Syrian Civil War. That war continued for 13 years, until this past Sunday, when rebels took control of the capital city, Damascus, forcing the president and his family to flee to Russia, one of their key allies. After so many years of conflict and hardship, Syrians are hopeful for a new government that can bring peace and better living conditions. And we hope so too.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in Norway, where AI-driven robots are stealing the show. How would you like a robot pal who could tidy your room, make you a snack, or even do your homework? Well, maybe not that one. Well, meet Neo, a super smart helper robot being tested in Norwegian homes. Neo can do everything from wash the dishes, brew coffee, and even hold a conversation. Using artificial intelligence, it learns new tasks and can even decide whether to walk or run, depending on how quickly you need things done. I've stuck a link to a slightly creepy video in the episode notes. Meanwhile, in Norway's capital, Oslo, another clever robot named Zrob is rocking out. Zrob is a mini robot drummer that uses AI to play beats no human could imagine. Put a group of Zrobs together and they can create unique rhythms that are totally one of a kind. With robots like Neo and Zrob, do you think in the future we'll have more time to kick back, relax and listen to some epic drum solos? I'm hoping so.
Biggest, furthest, longest.
Oh my gosh, we're all over the world today. Now we're dropping beneath the Caribbean Sea off the coast of Panama, the country that's at the bottom of the land bridge between North and South America, where a German aerospace engineer is attempting to break the Guinness World Record for the longest time spent living in an underwater habitat. His skin is going to be so wrinkly. Oh wait, he's not getting wet. Whoops. Since September 26, he's been 11 metres below the surface inside a capsule, about the size of a small lounge room. He's got a toilet, a stationary bike, a TV and even satellite internet. Whew, lucky. And he's about halfway through his 120-day goal. Food is sent to the researcher via a vertical tube connecting his underwater home to a chamber that sits above the water, where his team monitor his health and his progress. This intrepid adventurer says life underwater is peaceful. though he does miss taking a proper shower. His mission? To show that humans are able to live under the ocean's surface. Apparently, life there is better down where it's wetter, take it from me.
Sport time!
We've got a correction to make in today's sport time because when you know you've been wrong, you should always say so. On Monday, we told you about the incredible Gout Gout and his record-breaking 200-metre run at the Australian All-School Athletics Championship in Brisbane. But it turns out we got something wrong. Not his run, it was as amazing as we said it was, but his name. His real name isn't Gout Gout, it's actually Guot Guot, spelt G-U-O-T, G-U-O-T. So how did we get it so wrong? Great question. It turns out it wasn't just us. When Bryce told you that Guot Guot's family came to Australia from South Sudan, he didn't know there'd been a mix-up. Guot's dad explained that a simple spelling mistake turned Guot into Gout. And now the family is working to correct that error. Guot is a very important family name, and they hope people will use it correctly from now on. So we'd like to apologise for the mistake and say, Guot Guot, Squiz Kids salutes you. And just before we go to the quiz, a reminder that this is our last week of the Squiz Kids Today daily podcast. From next Monday, we're in summer holiday content mode, serving up a whole bunch of road trip quizzes, shortcuts, Squiz the Worlds, and special festive themed fare. Just make sure that you've subscribed to Squiz Kids in your favourite podcasting app and you won't miss a thing.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. What is the name of the home helper robot being tested in Norwegian homes? Did you say Neo? Well done. Question number 2. How long is a German researcher hoping to spend underwater to earn a Guinness World Record? That's right, it's a whopping 120 days. Question number 3. What is the correct spelling of Guot Guot's name? If you said G-U-O-T, G-U-O-T, you would be correct.
Shout-outs.
It's Wednesday, December 11, International Mountain Day. Did you know that the world's tallest mountain, from base to summit, is actually Mauna Kea in Hawaii? It is 10,210 metres tall, more than a kilometre taller than Mount Everest. But here's the twist. The base sits almost 6 kilometres beneath the ocean's surface. Wow. It's also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Luella from Cannon Hill, Sam from Northcote, Adabar from Tempe, Nelia from Unanderra, Kendrick from Nightcliff, Emma from Hobart, Archer and James from Mount Riverview, Millie from Langwarrin, and Toby from Prospect. And classroom shoutouts today go to Year 3, 4 and 5 classes with Miss O'Hara and Miss Tao at Mortlake Public School in Concord. Class 6 RED with Mrs Teal at Arndell Anglican College in Oakville. Mrs Wilson's class at Langwarrin Park Primary School. And Class 5-6M at Mandama Primary School. And a final, very special birthday shout out to my nephew, Leo from Tamworth, who turns 10 today. Happy birthday, buddy, and go the Penny Panthers for 2025. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout out, or if you're after a classroom shout out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or fill out the form on our website. And if you're celebrating a birthday over the Christmas break, we don't want you to miss out. Send us your birthday shout out by this Friday, December 13, and we'll make sure to include you in the weekly quizzes that will be going out every Friday of the school holidays. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.